Hello, everyone. For those of you who do not know me, I am Mary-Margaret McMahon, and I am the Member of Provincial Parliament for Beautiful Beaches, East York. And I'm the Liberal critic for the environment, conservation, and parks. I'm here today, October 13th, which is the UN International Day for Disaster Risk Reduction. And I'm here to discuss the problem we can't afford to ignore, and the number one reason I jumped back into politics: the climate emergency. We are seeing constant natural disasters and emergencies across the world, including many in our own country. There are no longer once-in-a-lifetime events. This is our lifetime. Extreme heat, devastating floods, horrific fires, 50-degree temperatures where people, animals, and agriculture will be severely disadvantaged, throwing our current systems into chaos. This crisis is bigger than politics. It's bigger than parties. It stretches beyond Ontario and Canada. We have the power to turn the tides, if we choose to use it. It's not too late yet, but it will be, and soon. Our province cannot afford inaction. This is more than an environmental issue. It is a financial crisis and disaster in the waiting. In the recent report by the Financial Accountability Office of Ontario, we saw blatantly how lack of climate-ready infrastructure in our province will cost us. They estimate these environmental hazards will add roughly $6 billion to the cost of maintaining public buildings and facilities in a state of good repair over the remainder of the decade. Worse, in the high emissions scenario, where if we don't act now on climate adaptation and improving our infrastructure to prepare, cumulative costs would increase by $116 billion or $1.5 billion a year on average across the next century. The Insurance Bureau of Canada found that insured damage for severe weather events across Canada reached $2.1 billion in 2021 and is on a severe upward trend that will continue without proper climate adaptation. Ontarians are paying the price for our stagnation. I believe that we can and we do need to all work together to transition to a resilient province, one that prevents and is prepared for the emergencies that will affect Ontario as a result of climate change. It is essential for us as politicians to keep Ontarians safe. Emergency preparedness is not a partisan issue. To this end, I am proposing a motion to build an all-party climate change committee at Queen's Park. It would be the first step to tackling this crisis together. It can be done. Ontario is falling behind, and the key to a successful climate future will be action. Immediate action. The aim of my proposed motion is to establish an all-party committee with the objective of fighting climate change together to ensure the government is doing the most it can to combat climate change and prepare for the future. It will be made up of 4 members of the Progressive Conservative Party, with 1 acting as chair, 1 member of the New Democrat Party, 1 member of the Liberal Party, and 1 member of the Green Party, to reflect the House composition. The committee will hold public hearings, write a report at the call of the chair, and table a report within 6 months of it being established. I am more than willing to work across party lines to get this done. My hope is that the government understands the importance of this proposed motion and the part it can play in keeping Ontarians safe. I'm asking the government to table this motion themselves once the House is sitting again, and show the province that they are willing to work together to build a better future. If they choose not to do so, I will be tabling it myself. This is an important opportunity for the government to show the people of Ontario that they're serious about solutions to combat and prepare for the effects of this crisis. I have spoken to and heard from support from colleagues in all parties and from my constituents and other Ontarians. I'm ready to work and collaborate with the government to implement reports and bring the different domains affected by climate change together in this one committee. This is not just about the environment. It affects everything. Housing requires this. Agriculture requires this. Emergency preparedness requires this. Conservation requires this. The economy requires this. Shall I go on? The committee would just be step one. We can mitigate the worst of climate change. We can do it now in the 43rd Parliament. The people of Ontario are looking to us to work together to get things done for the greater good. Let's join forces and show them how we are fighting climate change together. Change brings opportunity. Life doesn't get better by chance. It only gets better by change. Thank you. Okay.